Show, living the American dream. It's Matthew. Isolate that highest interest credit card. Put that's going to be her target. Every other credit card, the tax strategy or the tax environment is my retirement savings in that down the road.
Allie Crawford is joining us. Strategist Matthew Sapaula.
Now, people see these, these legal forms you can get at the Office Depot or the things you can download off the internet. How important is having good counsel like yourself, like you are to me, in terms of determining documents that you need to have in the ongoing process?
Yeah, it's very important. I know there's lots of options out there. You obviously can get it on the internet, you can get Office Depot documents. There's lots of things out there that you can get, but I always just say buyer beware. You know, you do get what you pay for. I have seen documents that come to my office and they say, oh, I'm done, and I've found errors. I found things that have not been updated because of new laws, new cases, new things that have happened. And then they're very boilerplate. You know, all those types of documents aren't necessarily going to fit your life or your family circumstances, because everybody has very unique circumstances. And also a lot of people say to me, can I just use my attorney that did my real estate closing? Sure, they can prepare a vanilla will, but why go there? You may as well go to Office Depot, or they're going to make a vanilla will for you, and they won't exactly give you the proper advice that needs to be given to you.
Single parents. I'm a single father. You see lots of single parents. You don't have to be, just single parent, but how about going through a divorce? What kind of risks do a single parent have, especially when they have young kids?
Right. Single parents are especially need to be protected, only because they have obviously their own issues that they have to deal with in making sure their assets go to their family members, whether it's children or their own siblings and parents, rather than to their ex-spouse. So when they're going through a divorce, it's very important to go through all their assets, retitle everything that needs to be retitled, and then also change the beneficiaries of anything that has been out there, whether it's life insurance, 401ks, IRAs. You might have forgotten things. And then all of a sudden, upon your death, 6 months later, now it goes to your ex-husband or ex-wife. That's happened time and time again. It would be ugly. And not that you would know because you'd be up there, but you'd probably call in your grave. But as far as even just being a single parent, it's also even more important if your children are minors to appoint that guardian. Perhaps your ex-spouse was an alcoholic, was not a fit parent. You wouldn't want that person to continue being a parent to your children. You're the one who's the primary caregiver. You should choose that person, and the guardian should be chosen by you, especially if you feel that your spouse is not going to be the right person to have custody of your children.
Sure.
Something were to happen to you.
What about small business people? People who own small business, 1-2 employees, maybe they work out of their house. What kind of risks does a small business person?
Small business people, there's different ranges, because most people, when they have a small business, there's always liability. Whether someone's going to sue you for whatever, services that you didn't render, so anything that can happen. Your service truck gets into a car accident, that's a liability. So I always look at it from a business owner standpoint, I always look at it as, what can I protect? How can we protect your assets? Because now you have your house, you might have some wealth like 401ks or just cash sitting around, then you have your business. We want everything to be compartmentalized so that each person or each asset is going to be protected from any type of those lawsuits. So it's especially important. And then even high liability professions, obviously physicians, just professions that have that chance that someone's going to go after your personal assets. Because once they know you have personal assets and the lawsuit's already pending, forget it. You can't hide it. You can't do anything, or else that would be considered fraudulent complaints.
Well, people say, okay, on the flip side to that, people say, okay, I've got no kids, I've got nobody to leave my assets to, I can care less. What's your feedback on that?
And that's so wrong, because I just think that when people don't have kids and they don't necessarily have specific people that this money is going to go to, it's even more important to care about where this money is going. Who else is going to get it? The government.
Uncle Sam, Cousin Illinois.
Uncle Sam, all of those people will get their dibs, but it'll go through probate. All of these people will just be out there trying to get that money. I actually have a probate estate that's only worth $238,000 right now, and there's 70 beneficiaries trying to get a piece of
Unbelievable.
And
Really?
that's because she did not have children, she didn't have a spouse, she didn't have parents, she didn't have singing.
So people came out the woodwork on that.
Out of the woodwork. This woman who died has no idea who these people are. And that, yes, they've proven themselves because they are somewhat related to this woman, but very distant. So it's like all of a sudden they're going to get a check for 1,000 or 10,000 depending on the level of airship that they're at. So it's interesting how everyone, no matter what happens, when the money is on the table, someone will come out of the woodwork and try to get your money.
Right. Now that also leads to the fact, do you have to be rich? I mean, do you have to be a millionaire to have an attorney?
No, you don't. You know, people always think estate planning sounds like something that's, you have
Right.
this estate, this huge estate.
Palatial.
Yes, you have
gates
to have
entrance,
millions
yeah.
and millions of dollars. It's so not true. You have so many things that you want to protect that you've worked hard for. So whether it's just a house and a few items like your 401k and your savings, you still want that money to go to the right people at the right time and at the time that you want them to get it. And definitely at the least possible cost. You want to spend more money with the government or probate attorneys. So there really is no dollar figure. Everyone needs some type of plan for whatever, maybe whether it's disability or death, whatever that can occur in your situation. So no, you definitely don't need to be rich. Everyone needs an estate plan.
Got it. Now you provide a lot of value. Thank you for answering my questions. Where can we find more information about you and your services?
Well, you can either find us in the internet, it's bottestateplanning.com, and that is our website, but obviously you can also contact us at our office, and we're at 847-818-9084.
Awesome. Well, folks, ladies and gentlemen, Maritess Bott, thank you very much for being such a valued guest.
Thank you, Matthew.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Take care, folks.
Here to offer some sound advice, financial strategist and host of the Chicago-based radio show, Living the American Dream. It's Matthew.
So she wants to isolate that highest interest credit card. That's going to be her target. Every other credit card, the tax strategy or the tax environment is my retirement savings in.